bad, happening right here in Fulton County, right here in Atlanta. This story is absolutely tragic because a gentleman was at a club, had an altercation with an off-duty police officer, and this man was shot in the back 17 times. This story gets wild, it gets insane, and wait till you guys hear about the record of this police officer, this off-duty cop that shot this man and killed him. It gets wild.
Tonight, only on 11 Alive, family and friends of a Metro Atlanta man killed by an off-duty Atlanta police officer in Buckhead are demanding justice. 44-year-old Linton Blackwell was shot in a parking lot behind a bar on October 11th. Tonight, an autopsy report reveals Blackwell was shot 17 times and nearly every single bullet hit him in the back. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following the story since the night it happened, and just hours ago, he filed this report after speaking with Blackwell's manager, who says he just wants justice for his best friend.
Wow.
My name is Timothy Coleman, and I'm Linton Blackwell's manager.
Born and raised in Metro Atlanta.
Preferably from some projects called East Lake Meadows, a.k.a. Little Vietnam, which we rep proudly. We got it on the shirt right here.
44-year-old Linton Blackwell, better known in the local music scene as B. Green, but more importantly, a father, brother, and son.
Big old family from the East Lake Meadows. I mean, a loving family, man, and I just hurt for him, man. You know, he just leaves a lot behind.
Blackwell was shot and killed by Atlanta police officer Gerald Walker, who was off duty working a side job in Buckhead at 5 Paces Inn.
I just fell to my knees because I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe that it was 17 times in the back. Like all the shots. It's not one shot in the front. It's all 17 in the back.
Everyone agrees an altercation.
Does anyone know, I mean, a handgun that holds 17 shots in one magazine? I can't think of one right now. I have to look it up. I wonder if this man reloaded. 17
happened at the bar.
Linton, I guess, was escorted out of the premises or whatnot.
The GBI says Officer Walker approached Blackwell outside, followed him around the corner.
The officer ensued, chased him down, and gunned him down. That's what we know.
The GBI says Blackwell got into a vehicle and put something in the back of his waistband.
If he wasn't pointing a gun at you or doing anything, what does that have to do with you shooting him in the back 17 times? That means he wasn't facing you. He wasn't a threat. Okay?
The officer gave commands regarding a gun before the officer opened fire.
I want him locked up. Gerald Walker needs to be behind bars.
The GBI is still investigating. Once they finish, the case will be handed over to the DA to decide whether a grand jury will consider charges. Atlanta police also conducting their own internal investigation.
Yeah, so I know some of y'all are going to get mad at me for saying clip. I say magazine, but he emptied the clip. He probably most likely had a Glock 17. I did not realize a Glock 17 and a Glock 19 holds 17 rounds. That's insane. Yeah, there's actually a few of them that hold 17 rounds. Whew. He emptied the clip. That's insane. Man shot 17 times in the back by off-duty cop outside an Atlanta bar. Autopsy shows. And we're going to get into the details about this police officer here shortly. An autopsy reveals a local Atlanta rapper was shot 17 times in the back by an off-duty police officer. An update that has only intensified the outrage among his family and friends who are demanding the cop be criminally charged. Linton Blackwell, 44-year-old father of twin daughters and fixture in Atlanta's community, also known as B. Green, was shot and killed on October 11th outside 5 Paces Inn in Buckhead neighborhood of Atlanta. This has devastated our family, Blackwell's cousin Jimmy Hill told Capital B in Atlanta. They never did say he pointed a weapon at the officer. Atlanta police officer Gerald Walker, who was working a side security job at the bar, shot Blackwell after responding to reports of a disruptive person, according to the police. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation reported that Walker saw Blackwell attempting to re-enter the bar through a back entrance. Blackwell walked away toward the nearby parking lot, got into a car, and put an item in the small of his back. Walker issued commands in reference to a gun before opening fire. The report stated, my goodness, Blackwell was pronounced dead at the scene and investigators recovered a firearm. But Blackwell's loved ones, including Timothy Coleman, who was Blackwell's manager and longtime friend, dispute the notion that he posed a threat. The autopsy findings have only deepened their mistrust. I just couldn't believe it was 17 times in the back, Coleman told WXIA. There's not one shot in the front. Coleman added there was an altercation inside the bar earlier that night, but he maintains the shooting was unjustified. If he wasn't pointing a gun at you or doing anything, what does he have to do, or what does that have to do with shooting him in the neck and the back 17 times, Coleman said. That means he wasn't facing you. He wasn't a threat. Instead, Coleman believes Walker chased Blackwell before killing him. The officer was not injured. The officer ensued, chasing him down and gunned him down. That's what we know, he said. He described Blackwell as a devoted father with deep ties to Atlanta's music scene. That's true. He was a loving family man, Coleman said. He just leaves a lot behind. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is leading the probe into the case, and then it will be turned over to the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. Shout out to Fannie Willis, which will determine whether Walker's actions were justified or if he will face criminal charges. The Atlanta Police Department has also opened an internal investigation. We're going to talk about that in a second. I want him locked up, Coleman said. Gerald needs to be behind bars. Well, this isn't the first that we've heard about Gerald here, and we're going to find out what happened here shortly. Yep, off-duty police officer who shot Atlanta rapper has a disciplinary history, of course. We just talked about this the other day. The Atlanta Police Department confirmed there is an active internal affairs investigation to the shooting of Linton Blackwell, known as B. Green. Outside a Buckhead bar on the night of October 11th, Linton Blackwell was shot and killed by Gerald Walker, an off-duty Atlanta police officer. Since the shooting, Blackwell's family and friends have been trying to piece together what happened the night the father of twins girls was killed and why the officer decided to use lethal force. Let's get into his history because we know the story there. Gerald Walker's disciplinary history. Capital B Atlanta obtained a copy of Walker's disciplinary history from APD through an open records request. The record shows 7 total work rule violations filed against Walker, who joined the department in 2023. Dang, he's already got 7 of them things. 6 of those charges were upheld after an investigation. Walker remains in a probationary period, what the department calls an active reckoning period, in connection with 4 complaints. 3 are related to APD's standard operating procedure around body-worn cameras. Okay. And 1 is related to a standard arrest procedures. The length of the reckoning period is determined by the category of violation, which ranges from A, the lowest severity, to D, the highest. Walker has one category A violation, which was a 1-year reckoning period, and 3 category B violations, which have a 3-year reckoning period. During the active reckoning period, if an officer repeats or makes a similar violation, it is increased to the next category, which carries a longer reckoning period and potentially more serious disciplinary consequences. The Atlanta Police Department has not commented on the shooting, but confirmed to Capital B Atlanta that there is an active internal affairs investigation into the October 11th shooting. Again, if he was off duty, not sure what the APD has to do with this, because this man could get that job either way, unless it was a job that he got working with the Atlanta Police Department. And then we're going to have to find out about that later. We're going to keep up on this story, and I'll let you guys know as we find out more information. I want to know the full story because obviously there's 3 sides to every story: his side, the other side, and the truth. So we're going to get into it. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments in the chat. Rest in peace, man. This is